Hello guys and welcome to another daily fix with me, Sean Paul Johnston, here in the SmallFryUnify studio. I'm just checking the player guys to make sure the audio is coming through alright and everything. I think it is, but let me just double check this. Always a nightmare. I think we're good. Hello guys. Cool. Yep, so today I've got a couple of updates. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm looking like this, it's because I've been for a jog and I've done some weights. By the way, we're going to have some cool stuff. Lindsay's going to have some cool stuff here potentially. I'm not going to give anything away, but she might have some cool stuff on her channel soon. So stay tuned for that. It's Little Egypt Studio. I presume that's where you're doing it. Is that where you're doing it, Lindsay?
What's that?
You might have some stuff for like fitness things?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, on Little Egypt Studio. But anyway, I was away tonight. I was away doing a jog with Lindsay. We've been doing jogging twice a week, and we've been near where we stay. There's a local like park bit next to the student accommodation, and they've got one of those outside gyms where it's free to use. Anyone can just jump in and have a shot of it. So I was away up doing that, and oh my god, Christ, I'm so out of shape. It's unbelievable, but it's good because you can jump in there any time of the day or night and jump on it and do some exercises. So I've done one pull up and one chin up, and I came home. I did actually quite a bit, so I'm quite tired. Anyway, let's get on with the gaming news. You're here for the gaming news, and like the title says, this is a finger licking good episode for you guys. The reason why I'm saying that is because KFC has launched a training VR app or program that they've basically got to train their staff on health and safety issues with cooking fried chicken. And if you actually look at the images of this, I've not actually seen it, I've not tried it, but it looks absolutely horrendous. And it's like bits of, you know when you see videos of the factories where they kill the little chickens and they turn it into like a puree and it's that pink sludge type of thing, and it looks disgusting. And you see the little chickens going in a bit, it's horrible and really cruel looking. Now I eat meat and stuff like that, so I'm not going to go on about like vegetarian stuff. But anyway, my point is that horrible pinky looking, that is the image they've got. So it looks like someone wearing white gloves and then they're picking up bits of like dead chicken and it looks like that pink way. But anyway, the fact that KFC is using VR to train their staff, again, it's just showing how far VR has come along. Then now, yeah, we've got things like where people can build engines and practice and learn how to build an engine or put an engine together. We've got health and safety ones. There's the one where the guys have got it where you walk along a plank. Now, I tried a similar thing to that a couple of years back with the DK1, the Oculus Rift DK1, where it was really bad quality, but that way you stood or sat on the edge of a building, and I didn't feel scared at all because it looked crap. It didn't look real at all. People were freaking out about it, but I never thought it was that scary. But the ones I've got now, there's one of the apps, the VR things where you can play it and you walk along the plank, and that looks freaky as because it's decent quality and it does freak you out a little bit with the vertigo. But yeah, the fact that KFC has now jumped on board this is crazy, man. It's like mad stuff. But yeah, go and check out if you're able to even get video of it or something like that, or see pictures of it. Check it out. But I thought it was quite a funny one. Finger licking good. The Colonel is Handers. Colonel Handers approves this daily fix, I think. The second thing I want to talk about is a couple of things. The Pokken Tournament DX on the Nintendo Switch. That demo came out last night. I've not downloaded it myself. I had Pokemon Tournament on the Wii U. Played a little bit of it. I'm not really a big Pokemon fan or a Tekken fan, so I had a couple of goes of it and then we sold it. Pretty cool, it looked cool. And I think on the handheld version on the Switch, when you're in portable mode, that should be pretty cool as well. So looking forward to. Hi Doogie, how you doing, dude? Just a wee quick update here. The next one was the Call of Duty World War II beta. That's available to download for the PlayStation 4. Not for the Xbox One X yet or Xbox One yet, but the PlayStation 4, again, I've not tried to get into that. I don't know if you need to get the beta code to do it or get accepted to the beta program, but I'll check that out, see if I can get a hold of it and have a shot of it. And yeah, there was rumours about Nintendo possibly getting Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch. They were on Twitch, they weren't on Twitch, they were doing something at Gamescom, I think, where they announced the mobile version of Final Fantasy 15. And one of the things one of the producers was saying, or the directors was saying, was they're trying to get on as many platforms as possible, and one of the platforms they're aiming for, or they're maybe looking at, is something that rhymes with Twitch. Obviously the Switch, they're talking about the Switch. Whether it's going to be the portable mobile version, a version of that, tweaked for the Switch, or it's going to be the console version and that tweaked or maybe downscaled little bits here resolution wise to fit on the Switch. That is what I'd rather get and see what it's like. Obviously people looking forward to it. It'd be nice to get Final Fantasy back on the Switch or a Nintendo platform, and maybe if it does well, which it should, maybe if it does well, then we maybe get Final Fantasy 7. I know that's one of the fan favourites for Final Fantasy, so maybe we'll get that on the Switch as well at some point. By the way, hi to everyone who's joining us, by the way. Nice to see you guys. And yeah, the final story was Facebook. I'll just get the guy's name here. Facebook, obviously we know Facebook owns Oculus. That's their virtual reality platform now. They bought it for $2 billion about a year or two ago. Palmer Luckey, he's gone now. Or Lucky Palmer, I forgot which way it goes. But anyway, they're in control of that. And they've obviously got their different divisions working on different things. Well, the guy who was bringing it all together now, he's called Andrew Bosworth. He's now going to lead Facebook's augmented and virtual reality and consumer hardware divisions. So that's all coming together. They've got a 10-year road plan or roadmap. So they're obviously working on that. Each year we get the Facebook, what's called the Facebook 8. Is that what it's called? Their event they do each year. Yeah, the F8 Developer Conference. So we'll get that in probably April next year, I think it is, May next year. So who knows, maybe we'll see all that coming together, culminating together. I know they were working on a wireless version of kind of like an Oculus Rift. I can't remember what it's called, but they were working on a headset. So we'll probably see that then, and maybe some new controllers or whatever. So yeah, exciting times. The fact that that's coming together means they'll be able to focus on that, bring it together, and they'll be able to accelerate the development of those different technologies and bring it all together. So yeah, there's a 10-year roadmap. But I think like Mark Zuckerberg was talking about this before last year, and he was talking about how he thinks as cool as VR is right now, it's not quite ready, and obviously we've got augmented reality, which is probably going to be a big game changer. All the companies in there are working on content for that, but the chances are that it's still probably 5-10 years away from being really truly worthwhile, like as in it's going to be everyone's using it and it's going to work with 4K or 8K resolutions, wireless headsets, ones where we don't have to even worry about our hands or controllers. You know, we've got glove type things coming out now already. So yeah, maybe in 5 years time, maybe this is going to accelerate that and allow that to get worked on and improve it I forgot the word now, my brain's gone blank with the word. What do you call it? Not existential. Anyway, an increased accelerated rate. So we'll see some cool stuff from that. Guys, let us know in the comments, are you checking out Gamescom just now? You look like in the content. I've not actually had the chance to jump on. I've seen a couple of little bits. I've been watching some stuff for Star Citizen. I think Robert Space Industries, they're doing some live streams over the coming days. Yesterday and today, I think, and I've got a couple of other ones coming up. I'm really interested in watching it because obviously a lot of people think it's vaporware, even though there's parts of it, their modules out. And I think Star Citizen 3.0 is kind of almost ready to go. So maybe we'll get some announcements of dates soon. They've got their Squadron 42. Nothing's happening with that yet. That's been kind of held off a little bit. I think they're waiting to get some stuff done. Doogie, I had a shot of the HoloLens as well. And we actually got, through my work, we got invited down to check it out for a work thing, for education purposes, and I went and had a shot of it, and I wasn't actually that impressed by it. You know, I think the technology is cool, but I think the small lenses on the HoloLens, you know, the marketing's a little bit misleading. I kind of said this at the time, I done a post about it. The marketing's quite misleading because what it shows you is a full screen representation, so you see things floating, it looks amazing, and you think that'd be really, really cool. So when you see like the anatomy program where you can see the full body there and you can look at the different layers, so the skeletal layer, the nervous system, that looks awesome. But see, when you're using it, I never enjoyed it that much because the lenses, as you'll well know, is tiny, and yeah, unless you're like standing far away from where the object's meant to be, you get it cut off, so it cuts off quite close, you know. So I wasn't that impressed by that. It really needs to be the full lenses. I'm kind of hoping that's what you call the company, the one that's doing, the one that's Leap Motion. Leap, I'm thinking that's what they're working on, and that's why they've been so secretive about it, and that's why everyone's investing in it, because as cool as HoloLens is, I think they've got something, like from their patents and everything that they're talking about, it looks like they've got a computing device that attaches just by a waistband or something, and then that runs up to the headset or the eyepiece. So I think they're doing all the computing down here instead of having it on a bulky headset, and that way you can focus on like a much better quality headset because it'll be much lighter. You can probably put more stuff in there instead of having to cram in the whole computing part in there. They'll have that. And I've said this for ages, I actually thought they were maybe going to do something similar with the Nintendo Switch, where if they did do VR for the Switch, they would have like the Switch in a little like belt pack, and that would run all the VR stuff, and then they could have a supplementary headset which, because it's not having to run everything from there, they could actually add processing power. That would be the supplementary computing device. They could have that in the headset, so you'd actually double, or you could increase the processing power of the Switch and run it from the headset, and you get a probably good quality. So yeah, it might not be 4K or 1.4K or whatever it is, but you'd maybe be able to get 1080p running on the headset, which is just as good as PlayStation VR. And if the Switch could do something PlayStation VR quality by adding that extra processing power, you know, we've had things like the Super FX chip, we had the Double D add-on, what it was called, Nintendo Double D or whatever it is. Anyway, we've had those add-ons that increase the power. Sega's done stuff with the 32X. You know, it's not with the realms of possibilities that Nintendo could add something like this in the near future. But I say the near future, maybe in the second year of the Switch's lifeline, or life anyway, they could maybe add something like that to increase the value or increase the longevity of that product, so they can get a 5-year thing out of it. You know, obviously PlayStation's done it with the PlayStation VR. There's no reason why Nintendo couldn't do that by adding on that supplementary computing device. So yeah, interesting times ahead for VR. I think over the next 5 years we're going to get so much cool stuff with augmented reality, virtual reality, and yeah, the consoles picking up on these things as well. We've still got to see if anything comes out from the Xbox One X, but who knows, maybe the fact that people are a little bit underwhelmed by the console and at Gamescom, they're expecting a little bit more from it. Although the Jurassic Park World game looks pretty awesome, who knows, maybe they'll show some other stuff or they'll have some surprises. Anyway guys, that's it for this Daily Fix. I'll be back tomorrow, Friday. It should be a good one. I'm going to maybe do a stream this weekend again, maybe with yourself, Doogie, and with Brandon, and whoever else maybe wants to join, for Star Trek Bridge Crew, or whatever it's called anyway. And yeah, I might actually stream this one. I'll see. I really enjoyed it last week. It was awesome with you guys. Maybe I'll do a live stream of it and set it up. And since we've got the green screen here, I can maybe look at quite cool and stuff. Maybe we'll get a Star Trek background or something like that. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, leave your comments down below. Definitely leave a comment because I'll respond to it. And let's get this community building up, guys. Remember, share it around, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Remember, we're just a bunch of small fries trying to create big things. And thank you for watching. Oh, and bye.